But please stay inside. It's really for your safety. FPL crews will hopefully be out on the roads soon once conditions allow to get power back up and running. But again, it could take a while, so just bear with them. And we do want to mention, they talked about that powdered milk in certain areas where there are boil water orders, like in Hollywood, and now Jim Barry mentioned in Davie, you have to take certain precautions before you can mix that water with that powder, just in case.
Absolutely. And then you had mentioned all the issues with safety as far as going out and examining damage. Obviously, we should not be doing any of that just yet, because it's not safe to do that, but our city officials and some other first responders in specialty vehicles are going out there to examine some damage. And we have Commissioner Francis Suarez from the city of Miami, in fact, my commissioner for my district, joining us now over the phone. Francis, thanks for joining us. I know you now have a report of a second crane that collapsed. Can you tell us where that is and what happened there?
Yeah, thanks, Eugene. Yeah, so we went out there to 30th Street, approximately 30th Terrace, and just east of Biscayne in the Edgewater area, and we confirmed that a second crane has fallen, or has, I guess maybe fallen is not the right word, because it's detached from where it's normally positioned. And so what we're doing is assessing the threat to the surrounding buildings. Obviously, it's in a building that's under construction, and slightly to the north of another building that's under construction. So there are a few buildings that are to the south of it, and we're trying to assess any buildings that may be to the west or to the north that could also pose a threat. Obviously, I observed this about an hour ago when the winds were very, very bad, and the conditions were pretty awful.
And Commissioner, we know in the days leading up to this storm, the city was well aware of all these cranes. They knew that they could pose a potential risk to the buildings and residents there in that area, to the point where a warning was actually issued to the people who lived in that community. And I remember seeing on social media when a lot of City of Miami residents got those warnings, they said, well, why not bring the cranes down? Why didn't they?
Yeah, my understanding is it's regulated by OSHA, and my understanding is it takes some time for them to come down. But the other issue is that the county has tried to implement standards that would make them more resistant to weather of this magnitude. And the developers have sued the county and actually got an 11th Circuit decision overturning the ordinance that would have forced the development community to make these cranes rated to a higher safety level. So that's something that hopefully as a community we can grow from and learn from, and we can implement those higher standards, because if there's not enough time to dismantle them, then they have to be rated to withstand winds that are in excess of 200 miles an hour, because unfortunately we've seen multiple hurricanes in that range.
Yeah, you know, it's not the time to Monday morning quarterback that decision right now, because there's still people who could be in danger with this in the condition that it's in, and with the weather conditions that we're seeing coming through the area. You mentioned those surrounding neighbors. How exactly are you trying to reach out to them and to get an evaluation of how they're doing in those buildings?
Well, the first thing we're doing is identifying how many buildings could have potentially residents. As was mentioned, all these buildings are in evacuation areas, and so we hope that the residents have heeded those evacuation warnings. And as also was mentioned, and I had, the minute that I had heard about the situation with the cranes, I recommended, even before the evacuation orders were given, that anyone that lived in the vicinity of a crane should leave, simply because of the potential danger. But we're identifying what buildings could be affected in terms of whether the crane actually detaches from the structure. And we're trying to notify all the people in those buildings through a variety of different technological resources that we have that geofence and send automatic messages to the cell phones to sort of move to the building, part of the building away from the crane.
And this is the second crane collapse we've seen. The first one was on Biscayne and 3rd. I saw some reports that the city was working with a developer, and at one point they were actually going to go out there with the conditions, with the weather conditions as they are. Can you confirm that? Did they actually go out there, and what were they able to do?
I was actually out there with them in the armored vehicle the first time for the first crane. And the first thing we wanted to do is just assess exactly what was going on, because we were seeing it from afar. We wanted the building inspector and our fire inspector both to go out there and see, where the counterweight had fallen, what kind of a danger does it pose? Does it pose a projectile danger, or will it fall straight to the ground, so that we could notify anyone who was in the vicinity, to take precautionary measures.
And since you were out there sort of driving around surveying the damage, are there any other sort of cranes of concern at this point that you're thinking may have an issue as a result of this storm that you're watching?
I'm not a structural engineer, so at this point, any crane, if two have gone down or if two have sort of collapsed, then I think all of them should be of concern. And I hope that our residents have heeded the warnings to evacuate those areas for their own safety.
And all of them have been of concern, and they've been of concern for several days now for the residents, especially in the coastal communities where a lot of these high rises are going up. Will there be a conversation at some point, I know not right now, but in a few weeks, in a few months, as to how these cranes are put up and how they're built to make sure that it's safe for people around where these cranes are?
Look, I think there has to be. I mean, after Andrew, we implemented much stricter building standards, and the development community was not happy about it initially, and they thought that it was going to create some difficulty, in terms of their ability to develop property at a profit. And I think what we saw is not only did that not happen, but we became more resilient as a result. So I think that conversation has to happen, and changes need to be made for the protection of our residents. They can't live in this kind of fear during a storm.
Absolutely not. Commissioner Francis Suarez, thank you so much for taking the time and for sending us that video and letting us know about the conditions out there in the Miami area, because, again, those concerns all week long about those cranes. And now we see at least two right now with some issues when crews go out and assess the damage, maybe even more potential issues out there.
Commissioner Suarez, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
And I believe we have some live pictures.